Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a very brief update on the Not So Resilient Jenkins. I wanted to talk about this because Steph put out a video very early this morning, odd hours, that's another conversation, but she talks about the kids, and for me it's really showing these kids are learning about escapism and how to escape their current reality, and it's really just tragic, but we're going to go over it for a few, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this video, her caption says, "We love our kids and Drew and I both want nothing but to give them every ounce of what they deserve. It's silly to assume you know people you haven't met, but I don't know, maybe that's just my thought process." Steph, you do not want to give these kids everything they deserve, because if you did, then what you would have done, let's go back in our time machine here. You went viral on TikTok in October of 2024. You made a lot of money in between October and the end of the year. Then in December, you decided to not pay your rent. Instead of paying just over $2,000 to the property management company for your small one-bedroom apartment that we know was way too small, but instead of securing that and making sure they at least had that, y'all decided to not pay the rent, get evicted, go to a hotel, get kicked out of the hotel, and then be moved into a motel shelter where you are now, and you're not paying any money for it. It seems to me like y'all just want free housing. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You want free housing, and you're going to tell everyone else that they don't know what they're talking about, and these kids are happy, but at the end of the day, y'all just want free housing and to continue to breed and reproduce.
We're officially 2 weeks into being homeless and living in a motel as a family of 7. Now this hit us right at spring break, and it's been a little bit challenging finding ways to entertain the kiddos. And I know I've seen all the comments about y'all saying, oh, kids aren't supposed to be resilient. Now while I fully agree that our living situation is not ideal for any of us right now, I just don't agree that we have to be, you're miserable. I mean, you see our situation as miserable, and we just don't see it like that.
Okay, so I don't think that anyone's expecting these two to be miserable. What we are expecting is for them to be a little bit more of a go-getter. Let's not sit in the hotel for 2 weeks. Let's make sure that this is super short term and we can lock down housing so that we can not be in a shelter motel with our 5 children. This is not, these are not accommodations that are feasible for children. Nobody is saying you need to be miserable. In fact, I think people would expect the exact opposite. I think people expect a little bit more perseverance, a little bit more hunger. Let's do better. Our kids are counting on us. Let's get out of this, whole motel. Let's not make this their reality.
Also seen y'all had an issue with us being positive mindset about it. Like, this lady is positive mindset for what? She should be miserable. Because if commenter number 8,852 grew up in a big family, in a small home where parents fought all the time and disregarded the children's existence, surely that's got to be the case for the resilient Jenkins. That's just not the case here. Are we perfect? Fuck no. Like any other family, we butt heads from time to time, and these siblings be siblings.
Just the fact that she doesn't see an issue with what's going on right now tells me one of two things. She is either very mentally unwell, or she is under the influence of substances, where it's clouding her judgment to not recognize that this is a super toxic environment. This has nothing to do with a large family existing and raising their kids. The Jenkins are not a large family just trying to raise their kids. We have 2 anti-job adults with multiple children who continue to reproduce even though they cannot even house the ones that they had.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we are each other's safe space in every way. One memory I'm forever going to hold on to is something my kids do right before bedtime. They all plan their dreams so that they can dream together. They have a countdown because they insist they have to go to sleep at the same time for their dreams to connect. And now in our current situation, Drew and I have been joining the dream party. And tonight's stream we got planned is a real life clouded with a chance of meatballs. All right, bye-bye now.
These kids are learning to escape their current reality by planning their dreams. How do you not see an issue with this? How do you not see, like, your kids are already trying to escape this reality? What's going to happen when they get a little older? The oldest kid, let's talk about, very soon here, that child is going to want some privacy. That child is not going to want to be in a cracker box with siblings and parents and cooking and PS5 and cartoons and iPads. That is enough to drive somebody insane. And you have Steph and Drew here saying, no, we are not going to work. We're not going to get jobs. We're not going to get out of this situation. And we're just going to say that we're happy-go-lucky and everything is okay. And anyone who calls this situation toxic is just miserable with their own life. That is so far from the truth. The level of delusional that Steph has shown, especially since this whole eviction thing has started, is something that I just can't compute. I don't really understand how you could sit back and be like, well, we're not going to be miserable. Everything's okay. And our kids are planning their dreams and we're over here making grilled cheese. Like, girl, you are so far off your rocker. I really don't know what else to say. She wants to say that the kids are siblinging. The parents are not parenting. What are y'all going to do to get out of this situation? You have two adults that are able to work, refuse to work, and are comfortable living in a shoebox. How sad for these kids. And how dare you come on TikTok and try to make it out like everyone else is hating on you and being negative. What are you going to do to get yourself and your children, more importantly, out of this whole disaster that you have created?
Illegal things the resilient Jenkins have filmed and posted to the internet. Let's start off with the fact that Stephanie has filmed Drew driving several times, even though he has a suspended license. The reason Drew supposedly has a suspended license is because he owes over 10 years worth of child support. And if you owe a lot in child support, they can actually suspend your license. So this video was posted to Stephanie's sub only, but it very quickly got out to the mainstream internet, and this totally could be used against Drew in court. Next illegal thing Stephanie filmed was her saying that she will be abandoning her cats when she gets evicted. She made a whole video even throwing out the litter boxes. Don't worry guys, one of the cats has been rescued, and because of this video's charges are pending against Stephanie. The next illegal thing they filmed was the entire reason they went viral in the first place. I explained this in one of my videos about the resilient Jenkins, but basically Stephanie and her kids illegally moved into a rent-assisted apartment with Drew and his son. Drew lied and said Stephanie and her kids were not living there, that only him and his son were, and when he went to court and tried to do this, the court was like, no, we have screenshots, we have proof that Stephanie and her kids are living there, which led to them getting evicted, on top of the fact that they hadn't paid rent in several months. If you guys haven't noticed so far in this video, Stephanie and Drew have a trend of filming things and then not really thinking about the fact that these things are illegal and can come back to bite them in court. Either they truly don't think what they're doing is wrong, or they just aren't very smart. One of the very last things I will be talking about is something that is possibly illegal. We just don't know for sure. So in the same video that Stephanie films Drew driving, she shows the back seat and you can see that 3 of the 5 kids are in the car. Because they don't have a vehicle big enough to fit everybody in the car, and here is Stephanie admitting to that. This era of not having a vehicle big enough to take the whole family around just needs to pass. Here we have another video of Stephanie and Drew out in public, and this video is actually deleted, and not all of their kids are with them. This led many people to conclude, okay, are they leaving some of their kids at the fucking murder hotel that they live in? But the reason why I say this is only a possible illegal thing is because some of their kids could be at school. Some people are claiming at around the time this video was filmed, school was actually on spring break, so the kids shouldn't be at school anyway. They should be at home. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to leave the kids at home. I don't know. I will continue this series because I'm almost positive they will post more illegal things because they seem fine with doing that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Alright, you'll have to excuse the fan. I did explain it. It's one of those ones in the bathroom where you turn the light on, the fan turns on too. So we all got up pretty early this morning because Bubba woke up grumpy. I don't know what the heck, if he had a nightmare or what, but he woke up grumpy. And then the rest of the kids started waking up, and I was like, you know what, everybody get up. We can just do some kind of late afternoon nap if everybody's still tired later, but I doubt that's going to be the case. So I'm going to start some breakfast, and I'm low-key might going to try to do a freaking Sunday reset here. I might going to try to do that. Yeah, you heard that shit. I'm going to go get some breakfast ready. I already got the baby bathed. It's kind of nice starting the morning early, quite honestly. We should do this more often, not just school days. Nova, come on.
Where are you going? Down the gym with the rest of the wet clothes. Keep those arms a swinging.
This still remains one of my favorite things that we got from the wish list. I freaking love this thing. Back home.
But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.